Hey folks, this is Sensei Phil, Chosen Martial Arts. I'm here with Kevin. Today we're going to be talking about another lower body strike that could be useful for you, okay? And this is the groin strike. Now, a couple things I want to talk about with a groin strike. One is if you're working with a partner on this, be very careful, very careful, right? If you can, get some the proper equipment in place, get cups and that type of stuff, but you want to be kind, all right? The second thing though is the groin strike is not a silver bullet, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time on YouTube looking up like attacks, fights, like CCTV, police, whatever, and I see like how fighting, really happens. And when you see these groin strikes going on these people, now the person that could be hit could be like law enforcement, could be like a regular person, it could also be somebody that is on something, or like they have something going on in their brain, or whether it's drug-induced or something else, and you see these groin strikes that they're doing something, but the effect that they're having is not the effect that you want, meaning get this person down, right? So just even though it may have an effect in some way, like if my kid, man, they're throwing balls and that type of stuff, they hit me or whatever, that's not the same thing as if you're going to be fighting, all right? So you got to put it into context, okay? And just don't think of anything that you're learning here or anywhere else, quite frankly, as like some panacea, some silver bullet that's going to take care of everything, okay? You still have to have your wits about you. You can still throw it, but you need to be sure that you keep your mind that, okay, that might not have just been the trick, right? You got to do some other stuff, okay? So that's where training comes into play. Okay, so when it comes to groin strikes, you're just coming right up the middle. Now, it doesn't matter, quite frankly, if it's a man or a woman that you're throwing this against. It's still going to be painful, all right? It still knocks them a bit, all right? And the way that you do it is from the rear. Kevin, let's go this way, because this is where the power is, right? You can do it from the front, but that's quick, but it's not going to have as much impact on there. So you're going to have to weigh that out a little bit. Sometimes you want speed, sometimes you want power. Especially with kicks, this is going this far back, he'll be able to see that, right? Especially if he has his wits about him. If he sees me coming with this, loading up, then he can just get out of the way or whatever it might be, counter me afterwards, right? So you got to just be cognizant about what's going on with the situation, okay? But the way this works for power is if you're in the rear, make sure you bring your knee up. Very important. So wherever the knee is pointing, generally with kicks, that's as high as you're going to go, okay? So in this case, I want to go at least waist level on him and then let the foot fly afterwards. Don't start with the foot, right? Don't let the foot lead the knee, like swinging this up like nice and stiff, right? You want to get the knee first. That makes it fast. And then as this foot flies out, that's going to get much faster, okay? So just keep your hands up, get in your defensive stance, boom, just like that. Now you want to hit with this the instep here. So this is going to be up at the top of the foot, top of the kind of the ankle over here, and even the lower part of the shin, right? Now just keep in mind though, right, that there are a lot of little bones in here. This is one big bone, so this is going to be stronger, right? You're going to have more risk of injury here. Now because you're hitting something softer, that's not going to be as much of an issue. But like say for example, if I'm going for like a low kick down here and he checks me, if I'm hitting with my little bones here and it hits his shin, well, that's not good for me, right? So just keep that in mind as we're talking about the target, what weapon I'm using, and how I'm moving that one, okay? So again, start with a knee, let the foot fly, and that's it. And you want to kind of get your hip up in there as well. So don't kind of keep this isolated this way. Like see, my hip is still back here. You want to get as much of your weight going forward into that target as possible. So I bring my weight and my hip forward, just like that. Boom. If I want to switch it, switch, boom. Okay, switch stance, boom. Okay? So let's do this side as well. So from the rear, boom. If I want to switch, boom. Again, switch is power. Now if I do it from the lead, you can see there's speed in there, right? But it's not nearly as much power as the rear, where this could really do a lot of damage to him. This here, maybe doing a quarter of the damage. So I got to be aware of that. Maybe this is what I have to start out with. Boom. I know it's not as powerful, so I got to, follow up with something else. Maybe knee strikes, maybe elbows, or whatever it might be. Okay. So it could be useful to throw this lead groin kick as well, but just keep in mind that it might not be enough. Make sense? So, Kevin, I'll get in here. And I'm just going to, and this is the way to do it. If you're holding pads for somebody, especially these tombstones here, hold them on the outside. I don't recommend holding it here at this point because you can kind of bruise up, scrape up your knuckles a little bit. Just keep it out here, nice and relaxed. I'm going to keep a fighting stance as well, so just in case he goes too far in, that I can get that in there. Have some space in there to kind of stop it, right? And the way that it works is, as I'm holding the pad, I'm pushing down a little bit to give him some resistance here, okay? So, Kevin, go ahead. Go. 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 Let's do it on the other side now. This way. Now try it with a lead. And then follow up with the rear. Okay, so lead, rear. Okay, lead, rear. Just like that. All right? So that is the groin kick. Again, it's not something where you want to use it too often, again, because with any of these kicks here, you're going to be up on one leg. You want to be sure that on the front end, you can hide it. Not that, like, don't be looking at your target the whole time and it's like, okay, I think he's going for the groin kick kind of thing. But then also, afterwards, you want to be ready to do anything else you might need to do. Right? Now, it may be such that you do that one, he goes down, and then you just take off, right? It may be such that, boom, he doesn't feel it, so go ahead and rush me afterwards. Boom, oh my God, he doesn't feel it. Now I gotta post up and stop him, do something else, right? So just keep your wits about you. Don't think that, okay, I'm gonna break out the special move that's gonna solve everything. Make sense? One thing with the groin kick is there is also a distance factor on this one as well. If I'm trying to do a groin kick in here, this ain't really gonna happen, right? So if I'm really close, I need to make some space. So there's two ways to do that. One is I can move myself. So I can move myself back, boom. Or if I'm in here, I can push him, get him into the ideal distance, and then throw that, right? So either move myself, whack, boom, or move him, boom, that way, all right? So that's it for the groin kick. This Sensei Phil with Chosen Martial Arts. Talk to you next time.